The California story has many chapters. It's a story of icons, of imagination, and challenging the status quo. A story you'll find at the Oakland Museum of California. The story of California, the story of you.
Good news in Oakland! Oh yeah, it feels great.
Good news in Oakland, reporting from Laney College with Mayoral Candidate Dr. Terence Candell. Dr. Candell, welcome to Good News in Oakland. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you very much. There's good news in Oakland.
There is good news in Oakland, and unfortunately, we're hearing a lot of bad things. Tax delinquencies, audit disclosures with deficiencies, all the things that are bad that are going on. How can we trust you as a mayor to serve the constituents?
It's very simple. I don't have anything. You know what? What I have is a heart. I have a heart for the city. I love the city. I love my people. And I've been serving them for some 32 years. And I will continue to serve them. Mayor doesn't make any difference. The only difference is I'll be put in charge of budgets, which I've been responsible for before in my city. And I will continue to develop those budgets. I will continue to serve and be able to finish the year in the black, not in the red like we've been finishing for the last 20 years in my city where I was born and raised. I take pride in this city, and I promise you this man who has a bachelor's, a master's, and 2 PhDs will assure you that when we vote in my criteria, we will take our city back and we will be in the black every year.
And considering that you're saying, Dr. Candell, that we will be in the black, there's a lot of times where the bad news gets reported. And we need to hear about the good news. What media strategy will you have in place to support good news outlets like Good News in Oakland to help get the positive stories out?
Well, number one, I'm going to be honest with you. I am going to come to Good News in Oakland because they're the folks who have been doing this thing. I look at yourself, Stephanie, and Sean Kennedy, the people who have been supporting the positive things that have been going on in my city. And I have got to go to KTVU, to the Fox people, even though they're Don Parada station. I've got to go to Cron 4. I've got to go to ABC, all of these people who are mass media, and tell them these are the positive things that are happening in Oakland. We have the #1 school in the history of the country. We have the number 2 school in the state, the Native American school. #1 is, of course, Candell's College Prep. But we can continue on with all of the good things. #1 basketball team, 3 years running, et cetera, et cetera. We can go on and on talking about Lake Merritt. The beautiful Lake Merritt that no other city has. You've got to come to Oakland in order to see it. And we'll welcome you with open arms, and we'll welcome you with fine dining and dinner and dance. And we will do those things for you because these are the good things that are happening in Oakland.
And Dr. Candell, I know you could go on and on about the good things, on and on. But lastly, people need to understand, what is ranked choice voting and how does that impact the people?
Well, the way it impacts the people is, from my standpoint, it will disenfranchise people. Only the people who voted for it. And those people were not largely African American or Latino. Don't get me wrong, I support the right of the voter to choose. All right. However, I will not allow them to subvert the process by saying you should vote for one of these incompetent candidates on second or third choice. I say, vote for Terence Candell on line 1. Vote for Terence Candell on line 2, and vote for Terence Candell on line 3. That's what I say.
Dr. Candell, thank you so much for being on Good News in Oakland. It was a pleasure to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you, and God bless you. I appreciate it. Good news in Oakland.
The California story has many chapters. It's a story of icons, of imagination, and challenging the status quo. A story you'll find at the Oakland Museum of California. The story of California, the story of you.
Good news in Oakland! Oh yeah, it feels great.